The pursuit of rubber during the middle of the 19th and early 20th century would not have been possible without Charles Goodyear's discovery. Decades later, Henry Ford's mass production of the motor car would make rubber extremely important. Rubber trees grew in the Amazon rainforest but also in other parts of the world, such as the Congo, which also shares a tragic fate in the story. Entrepreneurs and fortune seekers set off into the steamy jungle to cash in on this new commodity. Unaware of the impending doom, tens and thousands of natives for whom the western Amazon was home would fall victim to what became known as the rubber boom. A Peruvian trader named Julio Cesar Ariana was determined to make a fortune. He started off by selling hats, and after 2 years in Cacamarca, Julio would venture into the jungle, confident that he knew enough about the business to take advantage of the new opportunities. However, he lacked the funds to do so. At the age of 23, he married Eleonora Zamoeta. He was able to secure some funding through his brother-in-law, Pablo Zamoeta, to join him in his business. The two opened up a trading post in Tarapoto, which was a district close to Yamagueras. The very next year, they brought a portion of rubber forest near Yamagueras. Ariana and his brother Lizardo brought from Barbados a large number of overseers who used to work on the British sugar plantations. In 1905, Ariana travelled to London with the interest of attracting investors. Then, in October the 1st, 1907, with a capital of £1 million, the Peruvian Amazon Rubber Company Ltd. was formed with the help of English investors. The Bora, the Wito, and the Acod and other tribes living in the Putumayo Basin were quickly enslaved. In a few short years, thousands of Indians were killed or died of disease or mistreatment. The outside world remained unaware of the horrors of the Ariano brothers' empire until 1909, when a young American engineer, Walter Hardenberg, who had traveled through the region before being held captive by the brothers, wrote several articles in the magazine Truth. Hardenberg's accounts write, "The agent of the company forces the Pacific Indians of the Putumayo to work day and night without the slightest remuneration except for food and the need to keep them alive. They are robbed of their crops, their women and their children. They are flogged inhumanely until their bones are laid bare. They are left to die, eaten by maggots when they serve as food for dogs. Their children are grasped by their feet and their heads are dashed against the trees and walls until their brains fly out. Men, women, and children are shot to provide amusement. They are burned with kerosene so that the employees may enjoy their desperate agony." Hardenberg continues to write, "They are kept in the most complete nakedness, many of them not even possessing the biblical leaf. They are given no medical treatment, but are left to die, eaten by maggots when they serve food for their chief's dogs. They are castrated and mutilated, and their ears, fingers, arms, and legs are cut off. They are tortured by means of fire and water, and by tying them up, crucified head down. Their houses and crops are burnt and destroyed for amusement. They are cut to pieces, dismembered with knives, axes, and machete. Their old folks are killed when they are no longer able to work for the company. Men, women, and children are shot to provide amusement for the employees to celebrate the Holy Saturday. In preference to this, they are burnt with kerosene so that the employees may enjoy their desperate agony." This came as a huge embarrassment to the British establishment. In 1910, a commission was sent to Putumayo to investigate. One of its members was the British consul in Rio, the Irishman Roger Casement. Casement's subsequent report, after travelling extensively throughout the Putumayo, upheld Hardenberg's account with a good deal more shocking detail. Through the Barbadians' overseers, Casement was able to learn about the atrocities occurring in the region. The report compiled by Roger was released in 1911, containing accounts by perpetrators and victims of the atrocities. The report sparked outrage and eventually led to the liquidation of the Peruvian Amazon Company. What is shocking about this particular genocide is that even after the liquidation of the company, none of the key individuals responsible for the genocide were ever prosecuted. And so much so that even Ariana himself was so popular that he became a senator in Peru in 1921. If you want to read more about what happened to the Indians in Putumayo, I would highly recommend that you read Walt Hardenberg's account, which I will attach a PDF version in the description below. I would recommend that you start off on page 250 to get specific details about the individuals that you just saw on your screens, about the heinous crimes that each individual had committed. That's all, folks. Thank you for listening.